Drive round any of our old industrial towns. Sooner or later, mostly sooner, you'll come to this, the grey acres, backwash of the Industrial Revolution, street after street of incredible monotony. They put these houses up fast enough 50, 60, 70 years ago. 7 million before 1914. Plenty of building labour in those days. Someday, new to live just won't do for the 1970s. What an environment for modern living. We must get rid of all this and build 17 million new homes in the next 30 years, somehow. Homes to be proud of. But how? Traditional building alone won't do, too slow, and we simply don't have enough skilled labour. What about industrialized building? That's quicker. Why not? With flexibility, though. Monopoly, an entirely new concept of housing that will meet the needs of local authorities now for medium and large-scale building programs. A forward-looking system based on a bold national plan. That's what we need today. In 1963, the Laing found what they were looking for in Denmark. Jespersen's system just right for development over here on a national scale. Precision-made concrete units for cross walls and floors form the structural basis of the system. Why 12M? The module M is 4 inches. The floor units are 4 feet wide, 48 inches, 12 times the module, 12. This means that all components and fittings used throughout the system can be simplified and standardized in dimension. In this country, 12M Jespersen has been evolved from the Danish system in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing. It's a production line system. The Jespersen factory provides a regulated flow of structural units in accurate modular sizes to the assembly line on the construction site. Other factories feed in components, cladding panels, heating and electrical installations and various fittings, all made to conform with the modular plan. Modular coordination in design and manufacture is the keynote of the system. Everything is made to fit precisely and speedily. Complete planning control ensures that the structural units and components get to the assembly line at the right time. Modular coordination, detailed planning, and the ultimate in production and assembly techniques all add up to faster construction, higher efficiency, and increased productivity. So far, so good. But how could the system be used to the fullest effect? Not just in dribs and drabs, but on a big enough scale to give local authorities the confidence to use it on far-reaching schemes with a guarantee of completion on time. 12M Jespersen is fully automated on principles, and there's absolute quality control throughout. This is the floor unit shop. Steel molds are used to produce concrete units by precision and finish. The units are kg. The degree of accuracy obtained from the molds is within 1/16 of an inch. This is a remarkable achievement in production line concrete. To form hollow cores at the base of the units. This reduces weight and makes assembly easier on the site. The production and transport of the concrete to the casting machine is automatic. A very fine balance is maintained in the mix to produce not only high-strength concrete, but a fine surface finish. The concrete is poured hot. Highly efficient and powerful vibration is applied to pack the concrete into every corner. The steel molds are very strongly constructed to withstand this heavy vibration without loss of accuracy. The floor units are cast to a standard width of 4 feet, length up to 18 feet, increasing in multiples of 1 foot, thickness 7 inches, providing grade 1 sound insulation. The whole process of casting, vibrating and smoothing off only takes 4 minutes for each unit. After casting, the units are moved into a steam curing chamber for rapid hardening, emerging at the other end of the production line, ready for transfer to the stockyard. By using modular sizes, a variety of buildings up to 16 stories high can be rapidly assembled from a small range of floor and wall units of standard widths. The surface finish on these floor units is so good that no screed is required, and the ceiling surface can be painted straight away without plastering. The load-bearing cross-wall units are cast vertically in batteries of 12. The walls of the steel molds are hollow for heating by hot air for the initial cure. No reinforcement is required. The units are produced in 2 widths of 4 and 8 feet. The height is standardized to give 8 feet 4 inches floor to floor. Thickness 7 inches, same as the floor units. Here too, thorough and powerful vibration with steps the rigidity. Side. Again, smooth surface does need plaster. Many techniques of dry construction which are a feature of the system. 12M Jespersen scores over traditional methods in proportion of work in the where operations can be planned and controlled under ideal working conditions. We'll leave the factory now and turn to some of the other aspects of the system on one of the many projects now under construction in 12M Jespersen. This is one of the worst slum areas in Oldham. A vast redevelopment scheme to transform 300 grey acres into an attractive modern community is now in progress. The first phase of the scheme provides for the construction of 520 houses and flats. The borough architect Oldham in conjunction with the research and development group of the Ministry of Housing. The site has ingredients of up to 1 in 8, and advantage has been taken of this ground in designing the project. Although the composite blocks of 3, 4 and 5 stories, a constant roof line has been maintained. Along the ridge at its highest level, a traffic-free roadway runs right across the site with a bridge link to the town centre. Plenty of open spaces for recreation, places and places where people go out and enjoy the open air and pleasant surroundings. The 2-story houses with their own private garden are attractively set out in terraces. A pedestrian joins up with the main road skirting the site. To facilitate delivery, all dwellings are sited within easy reach of the service road. In designs like this, 12M, the architects have to maintain a balance between their requirements and erection requirements. But with on standard units and opportunity and scope for architectural design, a coordinated drawing system associated with standardization is therefore component drawing show the location assembly drawing site, the value and how they are fixed. System of line and right there should be cooperation between the client, the architect, the contractor, and the manufacturer, both structural and component. And behind it all, forward-thinking appreciation of what industrialized building means, implications of its use of modular coordination and realized techniques, the enormous advantages in the system of flexibility in design, speed in erection, and economy in cost realized. The rate of erection for the structural units is geared to deliveries from factory to site on a strict time schedule. In order to achieve the best use of men, machines, time, and allocated costs, new methods have been devised and men. Units are not at the factory, loaded on the transporters in their order of erection on the site. This speeds up construction and keeps the assembly line moving with hold-ups. Daily delivery schedules, worked out by computer, itemize each unit with special coding numbers. From these schedules, programs are prepared for the erection teams, telling them what units are being delivered and the order of load. All lifting work is fully mechanized. Assembly is high, force small, and the number of sites reduced. With 12M Jespersen, the architect is concerned mainly with 3 planning grids, 4 foot, 1 foot, and 4 inches. The 4-foot grid determines the widths of the floor and wall units. The depth of any building is thus subject to modular control in multiples of 4 feet. The 1-foot grid determines the length of the floor units. The 4-inch grid is only used for partitions and doors. As the walls are erected, the partitions are installed in assembly positions before floor units go to the top. These light partitions, delivered in packs ready for erection between the structural, provide a wide range of room sizes in line with Parker-Morris recommendations. Delivery schedules are prepared for all manufactured components. Careful phasing of delivery not only non-stoply, but usage and manpower. The floor units are loaded on the transport in correct order of placing in accordance with the floor. Using special lifting gear, they are rapidly delivered by crane to the floor area and quickly and easily placed. Formwork, cleaning and making good are eliminated. Here, new construction based on advanced techniques of management, together with organized materials and manpower. The cladding panels are factory-made to story height and structural bay width. They're finished ready for installation, glazed and complete with fixings for jointing and thermal insulation. Finishes, timber or metal panels gives the architect considerable scope in the elevational treatment of a building. The concrete panels on these flats at Oldham are exposed aggregate, self-cleaning, maintenance-free. With labor apply, or conduit formed, cut to and build quick and easy fixing in set positions. Circuit wiring, too, is pre-cut and assembled off-site. All the electrical fittings for each dwelling, including switches and fuse gear, are delivered in separate packs. Plastic soil and waste pipes are extensively used in the plumbing pipework, ready for prefabricated doors, too. Here at Oldham, a depressing slum area is being replaced by a well-planned modern development which will give a new look to the centre of this industrial town. The flats are combined in a scheme to a density of 117 persons per acre, to a cost within the Ministry of Housing yardstick. Flats, ranging from 3 to 5 stories on the sloping ground, have access decks on alternate floors. These decks are designed so that tenants can get to their flats without having to go up or down more than one flight of public stairs. Plenty of space to move around on these decks. There's a furnished show flat along here. It's an upper flat with a private staircase leading up from the entrance hall. If we follow them, we can have a look round. This is the living room. Prefabricated doors accurately set in the modular partition walls. Light switch in the architrave of the door, and the pre-cut electrical wiring we saw earlier fixed in a few minutes along the top of the wall and across to the ceiling light. It's designed. What a change from the dreary substandard houses that used to be here. We'll have a look now at the kitchen through the double doors. It's conveniently between the dining the kitchen. Unit, the fridge, the cupboards, all made to modular size, fitting neatly into position without any painting, joinery work, patching up or making good. You can see at a glance what 12 Jespersen is. The solid level floors, ceilings decorated on the smooth unplastered surfaces. Heating for the flats and houses is provided from a central plant. The project provides for a total of 338 flats. A wide range of accommodation is available, including bed-sitting and flats with 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms. 182 houses, attractively laid out in terraces on different levels, vary in size from 2 to 6 bedrooms. This is a flexible system. The standardization of units and components does not mean standardization in design. Materials can be chosen to provide the weathering, insulation and other properties desirable in any scheme, and to give the scale, colour and relief to buildings most appropriate to their setting. 12M Jespersen is a breakthrough in building technique. With its nationwide organisation, its resources and long experience of industrialized building, the Laing group of companies has put this highly efficient homes from the factory system well and truly on the map. 17 million new homes by 1990 for modern living in the more enlightened industrial revolution of the 20th century. It can be done. 12M Jespersen points the way.